Hey there everyone, you watch TC's World and I'm your host Tim. Today, me and Nikki are still in Vermont. Too tired to do the camel's hump, legs are killing us. So we figured we'd do something easier today, but equally just as exciting if we make it to the end of this and find what's supposed to be there. We're going out to find Quarry, which is a place where they used to mine a huge amount of marble. It's up this road somewhere. If you ever want to explore it, just look it up, you'll find it. I'm not going to tell you where it is. It takes away the fun of finding it. But it's up here in Vermont, southern Vermont. And it's down this trail. This is a old 4x4 trail. It is closed at the moment, but they have signs at the beginning that say they want to reopen this for 4x4ing. So if you're into 4x4ing, this looks like it'd be a fun road to travel. It's a little over a mile out to the quarry. And I've seen pictures of it. It looks really awesome. Really excited to see it. So hopefully we find it. So we were hanging out, walking up this trail, and I found a spot where they were quarrying. Very cool. This big piece of marble still laying here on the ground. And from the pictures I've seen, this is just a start. Not really sure. They must have not had a very good quality here, so they moved further down the mountain. I'm not sure how much stone they really mined out of this spot, but this is definitely a little quarry here. This is the start of it. Keep going up the trail, see if we can find the main Freely quarry. So I found a giant hole that leads into the mountain where they used to mine out all the marble up here in Vermont. I don't know how well you can really see it through the trees here, but there's an entrance. There's an entrance right there. I'm gonna go check it out real quick. Hopefully I don't get mauled by a bear. Oh man, that looks wild. This place is wild. Found it, Freely Quarry. It does not disappoint so far, and this is the first thing that I've really found. Wow, this is wild. Whoop. Yeah, I'll be careful. Holy shit, Nikki, you really should come check this out. This is cool as fuck. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. This place is cool. Holy crap. They really carved a lot of rock out of here. This is insane. Wow, this thing goes really far back in here too. Wow, this is wild. Very, very cool. Let's venture in a little bit. Oh, it just goes on. Nikki, you really should come this way. I gotta go grab my pack. It just goes on. But this place is fucking cool. Look at all the white marble on the ground everywhere. The white marble in the ceiling, that's what they were mining. That's what they were getting out of this. Wow, this is wild. But it's all underwater over here. Oh shit, that's a drop. Wow. Oh, it's not though. It's just filled with water. Let me see if I can shed some light on it. Very cool. Someone was camping in here. There's a wire hanging out of the ground. This is really cool. Say hello to the camera, Nikki. That gives you a scale of how big it is with you standing there. It's very, very cool. I'm standing in Freely Quarry, where they used to mine white marble out of the Vermont mountains. This place is really, really cool. It's cooler than I was expecting. I've never been in one of these before, so it's very exciting. There's a pool and really good marble all along that wall there, but there's a pool just on the other side there that looks stupid deep. Probably pumped it out, mined as much of the marble out as they could. I'm not sure what they would have used it for, but I'm sure if you have old marble, it might have came from here. We're going to continue on our exploration because this place is huge. Found something cool left over from days old. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a metal pin right there, still sticking out of the stone where they would have hammered in and broke chunks of it off. I really don't know the history of this quarry very much. I'll try to find it, post it on the description of this video when I'm done. I just knew it was out here and it looked like a cool abandoned place to explore, and by golly it is, we found it. So I think I found where their pumping station would have been. Pumped the water out of here when they were quarrying all the stone. It's hard to see though, it's in the dark. It's in the water. I'll try to venture down to get a better look at it. So I think this structure is probably what they used to pump the water out of here. You can see some piping and the big cylindrical metal structure there. Hopefully whatever I'm standing on is solid ground and not just leftover stuff that's supporting this, because that would be bad. So I'm not going to stay down here long, but this is wicked deep. Wicked deep. Wintertime when it freezes. You can see the beautiful white marble at the back, even right here, that they would have quarried out of this place. It's pretty remarkable, this big giant hole they dug in the ground to take all the stone out of here. It's just wild. There's Nikki up there, give you another scale of how big this place is. And it definitely blows away my expectations of what I was going to find. So, very cool. Very, very cool. Now, to give you an idea of the scale, that little dot is my wife. This place is huge. Easily 30, 40 feet tall in some places. Goes down and up and, you know, way off into the back where the good marble was. It looks like there's still a lot of good marble here, so I'm wondering why it was stopped. Why they stopped mining it, but there's still more to explore, so we're gonna move deeper in, or I should say further along the hillside here. There's these many openings to the outside that bring you in here, and there's still more even way off in the back there. There was a structure built here, I'm not sure what, but this is all stone that has been cemented together. foundation for something. And then there's this side looks a little less stable than the other side. There's a lot of stuff caving in over here, so I don't think I'm going to hang out up here too long. It looks like this stone here pancaked down from the ceiling at one point. It's been here a while though, but boy, this giant stone pancaking down from the ceiling would not be a good day for you. You'd be dead before you even realize what happened. It looks like it's been here a while. Not sure how stable the rest of it is. Gives me the heebie-jeebies thinking about it a little bit dangerous. I'm gonna get out of this portion of the quarry because I don't know, it gives me heebie-jeebies. This doesn't make me feel safe over here. So we're gonna continue on to the outside now. We've basically seen everything. It goes a little bit further back that way, but like I said, based on all the stuff falling on the ceiling, off the ceiling, I don't really feel safe going back that way. There's a big hole in the ground there with lights coming in and stuff. So maybe I can find my way to the top. Maybe get some cool shots from up there. But it's been some really cool exploring this place so far. And I'm gonna explore it a little bit more, see if we can find anything else. But we've done, I think, the main event we've seen. But it's beautiful out here, buried deep in the Vermont forest. Maybe this was the main entrance at one time. This is probably where that road ends. But this is the mouth of Freely Quarry. You can see how massive it is with my wife standing there. This place is absolutely crazy. Really cool place, really cool find in Vermont. Glad I came here, glad I found it. It's been a real pleasure exploring it so far, and I'm hoping to find a little bit more before we decide to call it quits here. And I may climb up this debris pile and try to get to the top just to see what the top looks like. So we found the product that they would have mined out of here sitting nearby. Some leftover blocks just sitting here of the marble that they would have taken out of this quarry. Very cool finds. Well, I think we're just about done here exploring the Freely Quarry. This right here, this is a beautiful white shiny marble they would have been after. And after a little while of being out in the weather, it gets this kind of look to it, so it's not as bright and beautiful, but that's it. Nice white. Would have been polished. Would have polished this down and made it really smooth and nice, and you'd have a nice chunk of marble to build something out of or use for whatever they're going to use it. Tile, marble counters, marble pillars. Like I said, I'm going to look up the history of this this quarry when I get home, and maybe do a little after video on the history of the quarry, because I'm not sure when this was in operation, but it's been gone and out of operation for a very long time now. I'm going to say for probably at least almost 100 years would be my guess. They stopped using this quarry probably in the early 1900s. So this was an exploration of the Freely Quarry here in southern Vermont. And if you've enjoyed this video, click like and subscribe. Until next time. So the video you just watched was of us, me and my wife Nikki, exploring Freely Quarry, and I looked up the history. Freely Quarry was opened in 1808. It operated until the 1920s. It was put out of business by the porcelain cement industry. Porcelain cement was way cheaper than mining marble to build things with, so it eventually put the marble quarries out of business, but it operated for well over 100 years. And they mined a ton of marble out of it that was used in buildings in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., buildings in New York. They made all kinds of products, gravestones, sidewalks, building materials. It was quite the operation. They said in the history I was reading that in its heyday, in the year 1900, the quarry was operating 6 days a week, 24 hours a day, to meet the demand that was being placed on the quarry. So I'll post a history that I read about this quarry, about the Freely Quarry, in the description below, so that way anyone, if you want to read the history, anyone that wants to read it can. I definitely recommend looking up the history of the quarries in Vermont if you're interested, because there's quarries everywhere in southern Vermont that mine marble. And I look forward to going back up there someday and looking for more quarries to explore, because this one was really mind-blowing, really awesome to explore. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, click like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll find some more cool places to explore.